Alright, we just headed out of Elqestro to Elqestro gorge, and this is one of the deeper water crossings. And remember, we've got a Prado without a snorkel. You can feel the water lapping underneath, definitely underneath the floor pan now, probably above the bottom of the doors, definitely. You can hear the water. This is one of those ones where everybody says, oh, you know, you got to have a snorkel, but the snorkel isn't what makes or breaks the drive, because you got to keep, we want to keep enough momentum to hopefully keep some water out. Keep your windows up, keep the fan on for a bit of cabin pressure. But even at this depth, there's always risk that some water can come into the vehicle. I'd say we're probably around the 700 mark, definitely, maybe even a bit more. It's higher than the tyres. I've got a constant feel of water under the floor pan, and you can see we didn't make too much of a wave, but we pushed a fair bit of water forward. Anyway, let's video. Just thought we'd video the other vehicle following us through that was with us and show you the amount of water. So it was deep enough that as slow as we went, the fan did touch the water and flip a little bit of water up here, just to give you an idea. So that's the depth, no problem, no snorkel. And there's the water still dripping out. We've driven about, from that water crossing, it was another 5 minutes to the car park here. And the water's still dripping out. Plenty of it. Anyway, enough of the car stuff, right? But we better show you this, right? Quick bit of scenery while we're just walking up Elqestro gorge. You just got the water running down through here over the almost flat ground. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Check out this pool of water. Just want to get in it right there. A little bit later, further up. So when the water runs down all the debris. Have a look at this scenery and these pools. Just insane. Look at that, it's just like you've got a tree here. Probably not much underneath this edge here. It's just like a drop off. It's probably, I don't know, about a metre deep. I don't know if you can tell in the video. Awesome. Suppose I better show you what some of the walking's like. This part's grade 4, they call it. You're stepping around and over rocks. You're not climbing over rocks. I haven't needed to use my hands so far. I don't know if we walk half a K or a K so far. the biggest obstacle is. You have some good, sturdy, quality footwear, and something quality that hopefully has got some grip, because there's a lot of little wet spots. This is the dry area here. It's a little wet where the water's running over the ground and it's slippery. So I'm stepping across rock to rock and haven't managed to get basically a drop of water anywhere so far. Just take your time, enjoy the scenery. It's a marathon, not a sprint, if you like. It's not even a marathon really, is it, you know? Just stop and take a look. But the point is just to show you what the, you know, the walk up here is like, but because a lot of people ask, you know, oh, so, you know, you want to know, yeah, we'll climb it over some rocks here. They're not really that big. You know, if I can do it without using my hands and holding a camera, then it can't be too bad, can it? But then again, it all depends on your fitness, and I've said it in other videos. Make sure your fitness and strength, do your squats, your push-ups, your stretches, your bloody planks, whatever. Go to the gym, whatever you need to do, talk to someone about, you know, where your fitness needs to be to go on a 5, 6 or 7k walk over rocks. That's what you're walking over, this sort of stuff, and further up it gets harder. Now this is a nice spot to stop and have a rest. Look at this one. A lot of other people going in pretty quick. Let's say younger than us mainly so far today. They're all gone, gone. I don't know if they stopped to have a look at this. Have a look at that, mate. You just want to get in there, don't you? Bloody beautiful. Try and get a couple more photos and pop them in the video. Look at that. On the way back, if it's hot, oof, another swim. We're still heading upstream. Let's have a look at this. Bloody beautiful. You need to practice getting all your steps right, because for example here, you're hopping over rocks to avoid going in the water. So this is the halfway pool, if you like. The waterfall outside will be above your head, and over this side is where you've got to get your wet shoes on, whatever, or barefoot, however you want to do it. You're going to make your way over here, holding your bag above your head, throw it up on the shelf there, and so on and up there. You can see as these people have just done. So we're going to change our dry footwear, put our Crocs or reef shoes on, Crocs and jocks, through for a swim. But once we're up on top, we'll get dressed again. Okay, so we managed to get up the rock. This looks like a fun way down. Wet shoes for the job there. Now it's time to change the shoes again, because we've got to head further upwards. Look at that. Now I want to turn around now. Even if it's a hard walk for some people, I'll say it's definitely worth it. Even just along here, where you put your shoes back on, you're crossing through the creek a little bit, so it might pay to leave your water shoes on for 100 metres or two till you get back up onto this higher rocky stuff again. No guarantee we're not going further back down again, but it's a bit wet back down there. Oh look, I did alright I think, but yeah, others got wet feet. Shortly after the first waterfall you've got to wade through, it does get substantially harder and there's more rock climbing, and you know, there's just walls, pools of water and big rock things, whatever, so we're just sort of going through here, climbing up over rocks. So grade 5 does get substantially harder than grade 4, so you want to have a really decent fitness level before you come up here. This is basically your track. Up or over all these rocks, climbing over rocks. Otherwise you're in the water again, and either way you're climbing over rocks. Happy days. And the rocks just get bigger and bigger. So you just take a bit of a breath and enjoy the scenery of these pools and falls in between. What people call clambering over rocks. Let's go and clamber. Okay, we've got over some of the bigger rocks. Now testing out the fitness and agility, which I reckon is only about a 7 out of 10 for me. Smashed my back in 2014. It's nice and strong now, but it stays straight. It doesn't bend much. So when it comes to the climbing over rocks, yeah, it's a little bit harder. But anyway, I think I'll put the camera away and try and work out the way forward through here. This looks like a fairly easy run through here. So I thought actually I'll get the camera out because it was a bit easier. So we'll just continue off a bit, show you a bit of the track. You know, it's whichever way you make it, there's no track. It's, you know, you could probably see a more worn path somewhere where a lot of people go, but we just went past people heading back the other way. And they actually came down all different ways, so let's just make it up as you go. Just recently wasn't really able to hold the camera, so hope you're enjoying the scenery. Remember to subscribe, turn the bell on if you like stuff like this and all the other good information, vehicle related also. Give us a thumbs up if you're liking the scenery and the channel. Where are we going? This side or that side? A few bigger rocks here, trying to do it hands free. So sometimes you just got to risk it for the biscuit. You've got to pick out which way you think it is and you go that way. Sometimes you make a mistake, but you can see here, this part with some dirt. Very well worn, and we've even got some markers here. Another one up there on the rock, so back onto the right path, but I reckon in the last half a K or what, we're only about half a K up, I reckon, not even, from the halfway pool. I can't remember the names of these places and everything. Doesn't matter how many times you've been here, seen it, read it, whatever. Did a video yesterday. Got a few rocks to climb over here. Yeah, yesterday I'm like, I couldn't remember the name of the place. It was Pigeon Hole Lookout, Pigeon whatever lookout, and Billabong down at the river. And later on we're up at, where were we? What's that other lookout? I can't remember. Couldn't remember where we were in the morning, so I can't even remember where we were in the afternoon yesterday. Something or other look at anyway. Okay, so there's some slow ones in the group. That's looking down. We've done a lot of stopping, a lot of waiting. It's now 10:40 a.m. We left Elqestro by 7:30, so 8:30, 9:30. It's been over 3 hours, including the short drive from Elqestro. Walking up here so far, so depending on your fitness level, there has been people that went past us going up, and they've been up there and they're already going down, so we're probably slowest worst case scenario. From here it gets a bit steeper, more climbing. It's quite steep here. I don't know if the video shows it, but I'll find a way. And now that we've climbed through all those rocks and get to here, now we're going to climb up this rock wall, up here, up here, up here, around up there. It's fun. Okay, now we're coming back down. Let's show you this waterhole. How cool is that? Oh, that's nice as well. A lot of waterholes all the way along the cliff face down here. And I'm putting the camera away, I think, for the day. Maybe a couple other photos, we'll see. That might change. So this could be the end of the video. So please remember to subscribe, turn the bell on, and hit the like button. This is what we've got to do now. Climb down all these rocks and cross over, and then it's a long way, mate. We just got to get back now. Okay, so we made it out of there finally, back through this big long crossing that's a little bit deep in places. So we're going to turn the fan up to get a bit of cabin pressure. Take it fairly slow, but not too slow. So the walk, you want to know about the walk? Well, we started just after 8 a.m. It's now nearly 3 p.m. Now, we were taking our time and we were waiting, you know, a couple of people in our group, a little bit slower, so no hurry, we're just sort of waiting a bit, getting a bit deep there. Right, so they reckon you should have a snorkel going through here. We don't have a snorkel. You don't see a big bow wave. It's not making it look deeper than what it is, because we're not going real fast. That's pretty deep there. That drop down, that little bit there, drop down. Alright, all these vehicles out here, probably non-snorkel vehicles. It is a little bit deep just at that end there. I didn't notice that on the way in. So yeah, in the end, the walk coming down, I always find downhill harder. But it was definitely harder work. You know, your best work's always done in the morning. I say go early. That's why we went at 8. I'd hate to have gone in there. They recommend it as a nice afternoon stroll. So maybe not the best idea. I'm just going to pop it back into what do you call it? High range. Get rid of all our lights. Done. I actually, towards the end, I actually went over myself and fell into the river on the rocks on the right side, so hit the elbow, so broke the fall as you do, you know. Hand feels alright, arm feels alright, a little bit on the elbow. I've got a scrape on the outside of the calf muscle there, and the backpack got wet, the t-shirt got wet, so I went down pretty hard, like a sack of spuds. What else did I have? Only one. I kicked my shin into a rock. It was pretty minor, not too bad. I was going all right till then, but it was getting slippery, and you know, you sort of get tired, you get fatigued. What injuries did you get, Rob?
I cracked the back of my calf muscle on a rock, grazed it on a rock.
What about blood? Who drew first blood? How many blood spots? Did you get any blood?
I've got a little cut on my knee and
So
one on my ankle.
A few grazes here and there.
I cracked my hip when I slipped sideways. I cracked my hip onto a rock.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I remember that. What about you, Mitch? What did you cop?
I had a little cut in my shin.
A cut in your shin. Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We saw blood, and you didn't even feel it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that today, and you had blood all the way down your leg to your thong, or was that yesterday?
The blood.
Was that blood thing was yesterday? Right.
and I
Okay.
had another one today.
So you're having a few injuries that you don't even know about.
And
then what happened at the end? What was the finale? What was the icing on the cake, mate? Say it loud so everyone can hear. No, on that muddy bit. There was a muddy bit, and he slipped, and he went off into the grass down the stream. It was really kind of funny actually, but it wasn't funny for him at the time. But it was funny. Got a laugh. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully that helps you plan your trip into that's Elqestro Gorge. Awesome spot, awesome scenery. It is a hard walk, particularly. Not too bad if you go up to the first water hole, you know, what would you say, about an hour or something like that?
Yeah,
if you're fit and healthy, you do the whole bloody thing in 3 hours in and out, you know what I mean? So, not that we're too bad, but that was as far as I need to go and as hard as I need to walk.
If you're not fit,
Anything more than that, I'm like, nah, I'll take the car. That's what full drives and tracks are for. Anyway, we're out back on the main road. Please give us a thumbs up if you like that. There they go, peak hour. And subscribe, turn the bell on. We're just going to wait here for the dust to settle because we're not in that much of a hurry, and you've got to look after your filters. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.